I am Dr. Henry, Principal, St. Jude's College Tutu. I am so happy to introduce this webinar organized by Department of History, St. Jude's College Tutu. Honorable resource persons, Professor Vel Murugan, Dr. Manoj Datta, respected Dr. Nelson Bhaskaran, Convener and Head of the Department of History, Dr. Freena and Dr. Rajivan Lal, coordinators of this webinar and faculty of the History Department, dear colleagues, beloved participants, I earnestly welcome you all for this webinar arranged by History Department of St. Jude's College Tutu. I give you a brief introduction regarding this webinar. Tourism industry is linked to idea of people traveling to other locations for leisure, social or business purposes. It is closely connected with the hotel industry, the hospitality industry and transport industry. Many tourist destinations, even countries, depends on tourism industry. As of 2019, 4.2 crore jobs were created in the tourism sector in India, which has 8.1% of total employment in the country. As a partial and full lockdown are now becoming commonplace during this COVID-19, travel restrictions have taken effect across the globe. Number of national and international events have been cancelled. So it is right time to think about how to revive this tourism industry post-COVID-19 season. Professor Vel Murugan, Assistant Professor, Department of Geography, Tourism and Travel Management, Madras Christian College, Chennai, will deliver a talk on reviving tourism industry towards new beginning post-COVID-19. He has 6 international publications in the tourism subject. I welcome Professor Vel Murugan to deliver this useful topic for this webinar on behalf of the History Department, myself and St. Jude's College Tutu. The role of downtrodden, native of Madras Presidency, Parayans in their social life is not well known to many of us. In the second day, the webinar has an interesting topic, revisiting the role of Parayans in the Madras Presidency Army 1801 to 1895 by Dr. Manoj Datta, Assistant Professor, Department of History, Aliyah University, Calcutta, West Bengal. He has 10 publications in journals and conferences regarding this topic. I welcome Dr. Manoj Datta for this webinar on behalf of the History Department, myself and St. Jude's College Tutu. Thank you one and all.
Very good morning one and all. I am Vel Murugan Pasupathy, Assistant Professor, Madras Christian College. I am very much delighted to talk on this webinar, Reviving Tourism Industry Towards New Beginning, post-COVID-19. My sincere thanks to Principal Dr. C. Henry and St. Jude's College Management, Tutu. My gratitude to Dr. Nelson, Dr. Ravina and Rajivan Lal, Department of History, St. Jude's College. I pray God for all the students, faculty members, research scholars, non-teaching staff members for good health in this corona pandemic difficult situation. Stay home, stay safe. Give me a moment, I will share the PPT to all. Okay. History and tourism. It is interrelated. To be honest, tourism branched from history. History is the base for many disciplines, mother of many disciplines. Romans practiced tourism, but they don't know what is tourism. I can give a few examples. Gladiator games in Roman Colosseum, Olympic games during the Roman period, guest houses in the Roman roads. You know, Romans built very good road network. They constructed more than 80,000 kilometer roads all over the Roman Empire. Even Roman spas they constructed all over the Roman Empire. So these Roman people, they understand, they organized tourism activities. Before entering into the subject, I wish to quote a poem from Purananuru written by Kaniyan Pungundranath. Yadum ore yavarum kelir, Teedum nandrum piradara vara. We can take the first statement. Yadum ore yavarum kele. How beautiful it is. How beautiful. This words exactly suits this current situation for the whole world. All places in universe is our place. All citizen in universe is our relations or friends. There is no boundaries. There is no boundaries for tourism. One world, one planet. So we are thinking same kind of concept or ideology in 2020, but this was given by Kaniyan Pungundranath before 2000 years. Kindly keep this message till end of my presentation. The strength of tourism or potential of tourism, you can see from this data. Tourism is the world's third largest export category industry. It ranked third. Even if you see the fifth rank industry, food industry. So tourism and food industry interlinked, interrelated, integrated. Okay, you can see this two images, two pictures. Uh, I can't say whether I have to laugh or cry. Before 6 months, during the December season, this was the crowd, the picture showing in the right side. The people can't walk, that much crowd is there. In front of the Eiffel Tower, one of the very famous popular attractions located in Paris. If you see the left side, empty Eiffel Tower, only few police persons and few birds and small animals. What happened to the tourism industry? This what happened to the tourism industry. Totally struck ground zero because of this COVID-19. This is the situation, this is the condition in James Bond Island, Phuket, Thailand. Only one maintenance personnel. He is just roaming around. If you see before 6 months, this was the case. Everywhere human heads are there. Too much crowd. That much revenue generated by Thailand tourism. Thailand is the tourism economy. Tourism industry contributing more than 50% for Thailand. Not only Thailand, many countries. If you say if you take neighboring countries, Sri Lanka or Maldives, Mauritius, Seychelles, Singapore, Indonesia, France, Caribbean islands without tourism, they can't survive. They are struggling for their livelihood. say Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, Antigua, Barbuda, Bahamas. All these countries totally depend on tourism. Now, all these countries got struck. They can't start the tourism activity because of this issue. Because every day tourism is, COVID is spreading. This photo taken before 1 year, beautiful photo. But this will not be happen again within 6 months. It will take minimum 6 months to go freely to the tourist destination, especially for children and senior citizens. They are vulnerable people. We have to take care of them. It is very difficult for them to move for a tourist places in this current situation. Before going to see what is the revival for tourism industry, how it will be happening, we have to identify the economic condition of the countries in the world, especially top powerful biggest economies. So USA holds the number one position, China second, Japan, Germany, UK, India holds the sixth position. On 2019, 21.48 trillion US dollars. China 14.17 trillion US dollars. So if you go and compare India 2.84 trillion US dollars. If you compare with the Indian economy to China, Chinese economy is 7 times bigger than Indian economy. US economy 10 times bigger than US economy. For all these countries, tourism is contributing. Tourism is contributing for at least 5%, 6%, depending on the countries. All these countries, if you take any country, Brazil or Canada or Japan or Germany, all these countries, tourism industry is contributing. This is the result for 2019. 1.5 billion international tourists moved from one country to another country in the whole world. In simple terms, 40 lakhs people traveled all over the world per day. Within 24 hours, 40 lakhs people travel. This is huge. So 40 lakhs people traveled in a single day. That much money will be spent. Every tourist, they will be sending so much of money in other countries. Europe contributing more than 50% in the international tourist arrival. This is the case for last 10 years continuously. Why we need tourism? Why we need tourism? This is the answer. So any people stepping out from their home or from their residence to some country, they have to spend money. They have to keep enough money from their pocket. Then only they can go out from their country to other country. If you see this picture, full of foreign exchange earnings. So they have to take the flight or train or cruise or cab or any mode of transportation. They'll go there and stay in the accommodation. They have to pay their bills. They have to pay for their food. They have to pay the entry tickets, attraction, monument entry ticket. Everything they have to pay for that. Everything money involved. So at the end of the day, at the end of the year, there is a sales revenue, there is the employment generation, the companies can pay the wages, tax revenue, everything is there. That is why tourism industry is very, very important for every countries in terms of employment, in terms of economic growth, in terms of revenue. Okay. Now, this is the current situation of tourism industry. It is pathetic. You can see from the first news, fear of coronavirus. Keep tourists away from Goa. This is a very difficult news for so many people. Last 3 4 months, we are struck up in our home. If your college students want to go for a trip for 3 days or 5 days, first choice is Goa because that is a attracting tourist destination. Beaches are there all over Goa, heritage buildings, happening place. Now we can't go anywhere. We can only we can see YouTube videos of Goa tourism. That's it. Tourism industry in coma condition. I can breathe, but almost ground zero. Salary cuts in most of the companies. Salary cut or lose your job. Lack of funds. Companies can't pay for their employees. Companies can't pay for their suppliers. At least previous suppliers. 50 million jobs are at risk globally in tourism industry. Employees, uh, they are afraid about their future. This is a long-term disaster for the industry. I accept, but the tourism industry can come up very soon. Yes, of course. Even you can see this picture, you can understand the situation of current movie shootings. There is no movie shootings at all. In before 2019 October, if you ask any interview, all the movie directors, my next shooting will be in Malaysia or Thailand or Indonesia or France or United Kingdom. But the next 1.5 years, nobody will travel for shooting to other countries. You have to take your shooting in only in India. You have to spend your money only in India. That is a good sign. We cannot travel abroad. Why all these situations, all struck ups, ground zero level happen? The answer is in front of you. Global COVID-19. The status on 3rd July 2020. This is the status. This is almost 2 3 days before data, but still I'll give the information. United States, 28 lakhs 37,189 people affected. Mortality 1 lakh 31,485. Brazil with the 61,990 mortality. Russia, India. Now India, we are in a very difficult situation. We have to control the spread. Otherwise, it's very difficult. I can't say. It is very difficult. You see the last three rows, 250 countries and territories. COVID-19 spread all over the world, more than 200 countries and territories. How it is possible? Within a short period, how it spread all over the world? Nobody have answer, but I can give you the answer. There is a news spreading in WhatsApp groups, YouTube's. Chinese people purposefully spreaded COVID virus all over the world. There is a news. I don't know whether it is true or not, but I can give you the answer. The answer is outbound tourism of Chinese tourists is huge. There is a data on 2019, 179 million Chinese tourists travel all over the world. This is the forecast. It was done on 2018, but still we can take it as this is the actual one. So on 2019, 179 million Chinese tourists travel to so many countries. 179 million equal to 17.9 crores. So out of 365 days, 17.9 crores. You can make it a round of 180, 18 crores. 12 months, 18 crores. Within 1 month, 1.5 crore people traveled. Within 1 month, within 30 days or 31 days, 1.5 crore people travel from China. So coronavirus started from Wuhan fish market in the mid of November 2019, but the Chinese government officially announced on December 2019 there is a virus spreading in Wuhan region. So within December and January, December 2019 and January 2020, approximately 3 crore people traveled all over the world. That is the disaster. But other country people, we are thinking they purposefully traveled all over the world. But this is the pattern, this is the trend for last 5-6 years. Chinese people every month at least 1.5 crore or more than 1 crore people traveling for tourism purpose. This is the reason. This is the reason. This is the answer for spread all over the world. Okay, these Chinese people, where and all they travel, you have the answer here. This is the data. This is the information. Authentic information from United Nations World Tourism Organization. They travel to France. They travel to Spain. They travel to Italy, Turkey, United Kingdom. That is why European countries affected very badly in the initial period. Because these tourism countries, they didn't stop the Chinese tourists in the beginning. That is why they faced the major disaster. This is the reason, this is the answer for the whole spread. So that is why there is a close connection with the corona and tourism, directly or indirectly. Tourism means movement of people from one place to another place, or one country to another country, or one state to another state. So it was happened. Okay, till now we have seen what is happening in the tourism industry and how corona virus spread all over the world. Now we have come for a Indian situation, Indian tourism industry situation before COVID-19. India is a tourism powerhouse. India has all type of tourism resources. All type of tourism resources. If you want mountains, beaches, backwaters, lakes, falls, heritage buildings, palaces, forts, everything is there. Everything. What else? There are 38 World Heritage Sites, 104 national parks, 551 wildlife sanctuaries, 131 marine protected areas, 16 biosphere reserves, 870 protected areas. India is considered as one of the mega biodiversity country in the world. Lakhs and lakhs of temples, churches, mosques, monasteries, Jain temple, gurudwaras. All the tourism resources are there. All type of tourism are available in India. But how we are performing in the tourism market, world tourism market, that is different scenario. It involves a lot of matter. On 2018, 10.5 million foreign tourist arrival to India. 26 million Indian people travel to other countries. 1,94,000 crore revenue generated by tourism industry in India. Contribution, you see the huge contribution, 9.2% of the Indian economy. It's very huge. It's close to manufacturing sector or automobile sector. Finally, this is very, very important. 4.2 crore jobs on 2019. 4.2 crore jobs directly or indirectly through tourism. This is the tourism profile of India. Tourism is the growth engine for India's development. Tourism is the central pillar for the development. Tamil Nadu tourism, we are doing in a better position. We position in a great place, great ranking. Almost last 6-7 years, domestic tourism number one, number one, number one, number one. International tourism also number one, number one. In a few years, number two. Thanks to Mr. Harsafai Meena IAS, former Commissioner of Tourism, MD, Tamil Nadu Tourism, he only brought back uh, the ranking, number one ranking for Tamil Nadu tourism industry. Tamil Nadu tourism. This is the current situation, how the economy of the global world will be going. This is the forecasted one. Obviously, we are in the mid. So global GDP growth 2.9% to 0.7%. It will shrink 0.7%. United States of America 2.3% to minus 0.4%. If you see China and India, China 6.1% to 0.2%. Almost close to zero. India, we are in a better position. If you compare with all the countries, all these powerful countries, India is in a very good position. 5.3% growth to 3.6% growth. It shrank to 3%, but not bad. This is the opportunity. This is the revival. Revival in economy, revival for the development, revival in tourism industry. Everything it is included. So this is the time India to lead the world. How? We will see. Revival of tourism, obviously there is a dip in previous years, but again we recovered. 2003 SARS, because of SARS there is a dip. 2009 global economic crisis, there is a dip, we recovered. In 2019 and 2020 majorly affected. So international tourist arrival totally gone back to 1,170 million. It is, we have gone 6 years back, 6 or 7 years back, but still we will recover. We have the hope, we have the light. We can see the light. How? This is what happening right now. For revival, we have to come back. So we have to do these things. You see this news in the Economic Times. Brands looking to shift production from China to India. Yes, of course. Most of the European countries, USA and Canada, Australia, Middle East countries, they want to divert their business from China to India or some other Asian country. They don't want to go to China because of these major issues. This is a very good opportunity for India. All the manufacturing hubs will be coming to India. Germany, Australia, Canada, Japan especially, they want to start new businesses in China, India. First step, Jio got this much investment from the foreign companies. You see, within 3 months, you can see almost 8 companies invested in Jio. This is the first step. We can see the positive sign. Almost close to 1 lakh crore invested in Jio company. Not only Jio company, countries are doing the analysis, countries are doing the survey in which Indian state we can invest. So all these things, they are doing the research. So in this corona situation, we have to see people first. If your company is in a difficult situation, don't throw the people immediately, because they can't go anywhere. All the companies, they don't want to take it. So keep your employees first. Pay something for their day-to-day expenses or monthly expenses. Obviously, I can't say you can do some cut in their salary, but still keep the people, make them alive. They have to survive. They have to survive for another 1.5 years. After that, you can start. So for next 1.5 years is very crucial for tourism industry. We have to keep the people. We have to make them not happy. I can't say happy, but at least keep them alive. Solidarity, together we can win. Yes, Indian people has to work with the global community. Together we can win. Solidarity. Smart tourism. Smart tourism, because we have to reduce all the costs. We have to cut the cost. So we have to be smart. We have to work with the digital mode. We have to start the sustainable practices immediately. Don't think on the profit. We have to survive for the next 2 years. Creating confidence on return on investment in tourism industry, tourism projects. So any foreign company, they want to invest in tourism projects, we have to create confidence. There will be a return, there will be a positive sign in Indian economy, there will be a positive sign in Indian tourism industry. So we have to uh, sow the hope. Technology is the key. We have enough technology. We have a big support from the information technology industry for India. Skilled professional from information technology. We can use the technology for the development of tourism. Yes, of course, India's turn to lead. Yeah, 2020, 2030 perspective. I'll explain you very clearly how India will be in the top positions, or we can develop our Indian tourism industry. I'll show you with a small data. Simple example. So on 2018, this is the data from the India Tourism Statistics, 2018 data. 2019 data not yet come. So in 2018, India attracted 10.5 million international tourists. China attracted 63 million international tourists. Tourism earnings from the foreign tourists to India, 28 billion US dollar. At the same time, China, 40 billion US dollar. You can see you can compare both the countries. You can very well understand 10.5 million foreign tourists, they spend 28 billion US dollar in India. That is a big money. You compare China, 63 million foreigners, they spend only 40 billion US dollar. It's very less. It's very less. So in India, foreigners are spending more. It is a very good sign. You read this last two statements. From the previous slide, brands looking to shift production from China to India. Obviously, it means for production. Same situation is there for tourism industry as well. Because now Western people regret to go to China because of many issues behind the virus spread. If the 20% of the tourist arrivals shift from China to India, we can reach 23 million in 2021 within a year, more than double the time. More than double the time. It is possible. It is possible. We have a hope. 20% tourism earnings shift from China to India, 36 billion US dollar in 2020. It is very close to China's foreign exchange earnings. 3640. It's not too far. This is the time we have to lead. We have to lead the world. So how we have to revive? How we have to start with the new normal, reignite tourism? How we have to restart? We are blessed. This worst disaster, it is not like a tsunami or earthquake or a flood or cyclone or hurricane. All our properties, all our assets, all our natural resources, tourism resources are with us. Only we people are suffering. We can't go anywhere and we don't have money. That is the true thing. We have tourism assets. We have all the heritage buildings. We have all the transportation infrastructure. We have mountains, we have hill station, we have backwaters. All these things are available. We have a very good brand. We have very good experience for previous tourists, foreign tourists, authenticity. Everything is there. Only thing we have to do, reignite, restart, enable people to restart. That is the thing we have to do. First point, virtual is the new real. Yes, obviously now we can't go anywhere. We have to start this type of trend, virtual tourism. So my children want to visit Vandalur Zoo, Aringar Anna Zoological Park, Vandalur. Now we cannot go anywhere. We are in Theni. We cannot go, not even go to Madurai. So we can go to the website www.aaejp.in live streaming. I can see the animals. My children can see the animal, what they are doing, what is their history, everything we can see. Virtual tourism. This type of trend we have to start. The attitude to hygiene. Always we have to think on the hygiene, hand sanitizing. When we are sneezing, we have to keep the kerchief. We have to dispose it properly. Health and safety is the number one concern for the tourists as well as stakeholders, all the employees of the tourism industry. Contactless solution. We have to have minimum contact. Obviously, tourism industry is contact is the most important thing. Hospitality is the main thing for tourism industry, but still we have to reduce the contact, but we have to close with the minds and souls. Digital services, social media marketing, digital services, we have to encourage the digital services as well as digital transactions. Yesterday I got a news, I read in the YouTube or WhatsApp. From March, April, May month, every month UPI transaction crossed more than 1 lakh crore. 1 lakh crore transaction by Google Pay or Paytm or Phone Pay, some other UPI transaction apps. How it is possible? Because of this. Yes, we have to encourage it. Social media marketing. Obviously, we cannot go for a direct marketing. We have to do this trend started more than 3-4 years, but still we have to do it efficiently. We have to filter the fake information, fake business people. We have to identify it, and we have to do the marketing. Social, but without crowding. Yes, of course, we should be social, not physically. With a network or with a connectivity, we should be connected together. Luxury, whether it is necessary in this condition, obviously no. So all the tourists, senior citizen people or family members will think only on health and safety. health and safety, no luxury for at least 1.5 years. So we have to work on this concept. We have to reduce the cost. Then revival is possible. 100% revival is possible. This is new normal. You see the scenario pictures in the left side and right side. Left side, there's a post before corona situation. All the people are together, they engaged, they stand united together, they are smiling. But in this case, it is very difficult. In the third picture, right side, even though they are sitting in every chair, but they are wearing a mask. This is the new normal. We have to accept it. Last picture, you can see fruit basket in the hotel with hand sanitizers and napkins. Yes, of course, we have to change. We have to redesign our business models. This is the new normal. Hospitality and tourism, new beginning. What are the steps we have to follow? Keep your focus on the long term, no short term. No 1 year or 2 year target. Give a target for 5 years or 10 years. Yes, of course. Protect your public rates. Public, you have to keep your public goodwill in a good position. Very good reviews. Look after existing customers. More than searching new customers, first you have to look after your existing customers till this difficult situation, recovery situation. Concentrate on domestic market. Exactly. We cannot think on international market immediately, at least for next 6 months. Think on domestic market. Don't cut marketing jobs. Of course, marketing budget. Sorry, marketing budgets. If you cut your marketing budget, people may think that particular company shut down already. That company is no more. That should not be happening. You should be in the market. You have to touch the people target market continuously. Then only you can survive. This is the new beginning. What is the support given by the Ministry of Tourism? Obviously, they appointed a committee task force for revival. They are planning strategies how government can support the tourism industry, stakeholders and companies. They have introduced MICE champion sector scheme for some subsidies and some reimbursement scheme. Working capital fund flow for the tourism stakeholders, tourism companies. Ministry of Tourism closely working with United Nations World Tourism Organization for the sustainable practices and strategies for revival. And MOT started this scheme, Dekho Apna Desh, in January month itself. We don't know how Ministry of Tourism they started. They know it or not, we don't know, but still Dekho Apna Desh. So every Indian citizen have to visit 15 Indian locations by 2022, individually or with your family members. This is the initiative, this is the program started by Ministry of Tourism for develop domestic tourism, for develop, promote domestic tourism. So very good scheme, very good program, very good initiative done by the Ministry of Tourism already, Government of India. Revival strategies. So government has to provide loans with the subsidies for the tourism companies. License fee waiver. There should not be a license fee for the new licenses as well as renewals. There is a extension should be provided by the government for license renewal. Subsidized heat, light, power provision. There should be a corporate tax holidays for at least 1 year. So at least 1 year. For next 12 months, there is no tax for the guest tourists. There is no GST, there is no tax. So we have to concentrate more on domestic tourism. So we have to think on innovative tourism service products, innovative tourism products. So Japan, they started long back. Humanoid robots stop in the front desk at Henna Na Hotel Tokyo. So these robots act as like a human being. They'll do everything for the customers. They'll give the key after registering, after getting all the information. They'll give the key itself. So guests can go directly and open the room. Already started in Japan. In the right side, Smithsonian new tour guide. This is an excellent guide. It will be taking you throughout the museum. It will give all the information. You can get the feedback. If you want any video of the particular artifact, you can see the video in this robot. In the left side, bottom picture is a very innovative idea from Madurai, R.S. Padi and company. Edible teacups. After drinking your tea, you can eat the teacup. So coffee with biscuit, it is very easy. Okay, have you remember the second slide message by Kaniyan Pungundranar? One world, one planet. Same message given by the United Nations World Tourism Organization during this situation, COVID-19 response. One planet. There is no boundaries for tourism. Exactly. There is no boundaries for tourism. Travel with care. If you want to travel, don't travel today. Travel tomorrow. You see the condition, then travel tomorrow. One planet vision for a responsible recovery of the tourism sector. Okay, friends, I have completed revival of tourism industry towards new beginning post COVID-19. So, end of my presentation in this topic. Quickly, I'll rush up for next 5 minutes this incredible India tourist facilitation course program detail. This program initiated by Ministry of Tourism with the Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management. Anybody can enroll in this program if your age is more than 18 and if you pass in the 12th standard. The aim and objectives of the program: skill development of the youth of India, employment generation to host communities, supporting the tourism industry with the human resources, facilitating the domestic foreign tourist with better service delivery. So skill developing for the Indian youths. So program overview. So if you crossed your 18 years of age, you can enroll in this program. You have to complete your 12th standard. This is a basic course. 6 models of online training. All are video lectures. It is very simple, very easy to understand. And one field training. In this situation, field training might be postponed for I don't know, for a longer period, but still you can complete your 6 online modules. Course fees 2000 rupees for general and other category. For SC/ST candidates, completely free of cost. No need to pay a single penny. So this is a very good opportunity. You can enroll for this course, Incredible India Tourist Facilitator Certification. What are all the documents you need to enroll in this certificates? All these documents you have to keep a soft copy before registering. So log in to www.iitf.gov.in. Recent passport size photo, soft copy, age proof, 10th and 12th mark sheet. For address proof, you can give Aadhaar card, passport, license, ration card or voter card, soft copy. Community certificate you have to upload. All these documents you have to upload as a soft copy in this website. Okay, once I have done everything, that is registration. General and other category, you have to go to payment gateway for payment. That is directly it will go to payment. So you have to pay 2,000 rupees. For SC/ST candidates, no need to pay any money. Directly you can enroll in the course. You can get the online model. You can learn. You can get trained. Every model out at the end of the every model, you have to clear one assessment. It's a very simple questions from the video lectures. So once you finish your 6 models, field training will be there. For the field training situation, there will be a communication to our enrolled. So once you finish your 6 models and field training, you will be a trained Incredible India facilitator. There will be a badge given by the Ministry of Tourism. So in the Ministry of Tourism website, your name will be uploaded. Trained Incredible India facilitator in the state of Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu tour operators, travel agent people, whenever they have a requirement, you can call them. They will call you for the service. You can go there, do the service, and get your bucks. For this tourist facilitator service, minimum 2,000 to 3,000 per day. It's very easy money. All the people, you are a history, you people are, many students are from history background. You know very well about the heritage buildings, monuments, architecture. So you people are better than tourism industry students. So you can log in this course. Finally, this is not a message. This is a message given by the government. Wear mask. Hand wash them often. Elbow cup into it. Face don't touch it. Feet stay more than 1 meter social distancing. Stay home. Stay safe. Stay home today. Travel tomorrow. Now we have come to the end of this presentation webinar. This is the quote given by Malala, youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner from Pakistan. Let us remember, one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. Let us say together, one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. My dear friends, you people are the pillars for this nation. You and we can change the world. Thank you, friends. Thank you, Dr. Nelson. Thank you so much.